The Holy Scriptures are replete with descriptions of several monstrous creatures ever heard of in the universe. Did God create these beings, or did they come about by happenstance? Stick around as we discuss the most mysterious beings in the Bible you never heard of. Ophanim. There are 10 orders of angels in Jewish belief, and the Ophanim are among the most holy, second only to the Chayot HaKodesh, who surround God's throne. The Ophanim are the wheels seen in Ezekiel's chariot vision, Hebrew Merkabah, in Ezekiel 1:15-21. One of the Dead Sea Scrolls interprets them as angels. Late passages of the Book of Enoch, 61:10-71:7, depict them as heavenly creatures who, like the cherubim and seraphim, never sleep but guard God's throne. They are one of the choirs, classes of angels in Christian angelology, and are also known as thrones. These wheels have been related to Daniel 7:9, described as Galgal, usually the wheels of Galgalan in fiery flame and burning fire. Of the 4 eye-covered wheels, each made of 2 nested wheels, which move next to the winged cherubim under God's throne. The 4 wheels move with the cherubim because the cherubim's spirit is in them. They were also referred to as the many-eyed ones in the late second book of Enoch, 21:21:1. They are considered to be the wheels of the Lord's heavenly chariot, Merkabah. The 4 wheels had rims and spokes, and their rims were covered in eyes. They are also often known as many-eyed ones. Behemoth. The book of Job describes the behemoth as a massive, reed-dwelling behemoth that is beyond strong for anyone to control but God. It could drink a whole river, depending on how you read it, and its potency was substantial enough to warrant mentioning 4 times in a single paragraph. But aside from big and strong, the closest thing we get to a descriptor is a line about how his force is in the navel of his belly, which means that contrary to popular belief, whatever Job was describing was probably not a dinosaur, because animals that hatch from eggs are usually short on navels. So what exactly was the behemoth? The behemoth is given as an illustration of God's manifold accomplishments that Job could not grasp. Job 40:15-24. Although some Jewish academics believe it is a metaphor for chaos, behemoth is probably a genuine beast, although several of its physical qualities, notably the tail like a cedar, do not align with either species. The beast is often classified as a hippopotamus or elephant. According to most young Earth creationists, behemoth is a dinosaur akin to the Apatosaurus or Diplodocus. Leviathan. The Leviathan is the second monster detailed in Job's behemoth section. If the behemoth gives a lot of space for visual interpretation, the Leviathan is unusually mysterious, making the behemoth appear like an uncompleted afterthought. Job goes into excruciating detail explaining every horrifying element of this creature's physique. Whereas the behemoth is known as the beast of the land, the Leviathan considers water his domain. It has muscular folds all over its body and a double thick armor plate running down its back. It exhales flames. Its skin is impenetrable and as hard as stone. The Leviathan is mentioned in Job 3:8-41, 1:34 in the same context as the behemoth. The Leviathan is also mentioned in Isaiah 27:1 and Psalm 74:14 and 104, 24, 30. The name translates to coiled one, and the description suggests a gigantic serpentine sea monster. According to Psalm 74, the Leviathan breathes fire, has scales stronger than iron, can crush anything in its teeth, and has several heads. The monster symbolizes wickedness or Israel's foes in several places in the Bible, such as Psalm 74. Like the behemoth, the Leviathan has been the topic of much dispute throughout the years. Cherubim. The cherubim, as portrayed in Ezekiel, is a heavenly order with a lot of physical complexities. They each have 4 faces, a human, an ox, an eagle, and a lion. They all had 4 wings and straight legs, finished at the end with polished bronze bull hooves. They are generally assigned various heavenly roles, perhaps most notably guarding the gates of Eden. They're considered the 9th highest order of angels in some traditional Jewish teachings. They are associated with the task of assisting people in moving beyond their sins to be closer to God. They're also what's described as being sculpted onto the lid of the Ark of the Covenant in Exodus. Like many other biblical creatures, human painting and sculptures have portrayed the cherubim as having evolved aesthetically through time. Dragons. The dragon is the next stop on our tour of fabled Bible animals with hazy, maybe medieval roots. Dragons are mentioned 34 times in the King James Bible due to imaginative translation. Some are just references, such as Deuteronomy's "Wine is the poison of dragons" and Micah 1:8's lyrical "Therefore I will wail and howl, I will go stripped and naked, I will make a wailing like the dragons and mourning like the owls." According to Isaiah 13, once Babylon falls, its palaces will be plagued plagued by dragons, doleful creatures, owls, and even satyrs. Dragons reappear in chapter 34 as they take home yet another city destroyed by the Almighty's fury. It's worth noting that 17 of the King James Bible's numerous occurrences of dragon are derived from the Hebrew word tannin, which is variably translated as whale in Genesis 1:21 and sea monsters in Lamentations 4:3, making it a sort of catch-all for big, intimidating animal, satyrs, in Isaiah 13:21 and 34:14. The KJV and RSV interpret Sair as satyr. In the King James Version, the Hebrew term is rendered 55 times as he-goat or hairy. However, the term was considered to signify demon worship linked with goats. Therefore, it is rendered devil twice and satyr once in the above-mentioned lines. However, based on the context of each line in Isaiah, it is almost apparent that the Hebrew Sair refers to wild goats, not the goat-man monster of legend or the faun of classical myth. Nephilim. The Nephilim, the daughters of man, were observed by the sons of God, who are commonly regarded as fallen angels, according to Genesis chapter 6. The angels married human wives, and the offspring were the Nephilim, a race of ferocious giants. They are characterized in numbers as being more highly built than humans in terms of size. They were approximately a mile high, according to the Book of Enoch, an apocryphal religious literature that did not make the final cut of the Bible. They're also said to represent the corruption God felt compelled to eradicate during the Great Flood. The Nephilim are one of the oddest and most horrific creatures portrayed in the Bible. In summary, the Nephilim were most likely the children of demons and human women, Genesis 6:1-4. Jude 6. The Nephilim are also referenced in Numbers 13:33. However, at this point in Israel's history, the name Nephilim was most likely used to refer to any towering, terrifying individuals, such as those seen in Canaan at the time and elsewhere referred to as giants. First beast in Revelation. Revelation 13:1 introduces the reader to the descriptively called first beast. It is also known as the beast of the sea because of its marine origin. It has 10 horns with crowns on top, the name of blasphemy inscribed across all 7 of its heads, a bear's feet, and a lion's mouth. It's also said to have taken a death pounding to one of its heads before magically recovering itself. It reportedly makes it incredibly popular, as all the world wondered at the beast after that. The first beast reappears a few pages later in Revelation 17:7-18 when an angel arrives to explain that the monster was a metaphor for mountains and kingdoms, cockatrices. The cockatrice completes our list of strange-looking beings in the Bible. This creature appears 3 times in the King James translation of the book of Isaiah, mostly in gloomy passages and descriptions of wicked men's actions, all of which raise one critical question: what exactly is a cockatrice? Cockatrice is a mythological creature, half rooster and half snake, able to turn humans to stone at a look. Although it is not as widely known as other legendary figures today, the cockatrice was a popular tale in Britain during the KJV translation. The term cockatrice was used to translate the Hebrew Sepha, which means poisonous serpent or viper, in 4 of its 5 occurrences: Isaiah 11:8, 14:29, 59:5, and Jeremiah 8:17. In his 1382 Bible translation, John Wycliffe used the phrase cockatrice, and the KJV translators kept it. Which of these creatures intrigues you the most? Please let us know in the comments section. Remember to subscribe to our channel if you found this content valuable, and we'll see you in the next one.